Hello everyone, welcome back once again. So the Commonwealth Day service was meant to be a moment of unity and reflection, a celebration of the shared value and connection between the nation that makes up the Commonwealth. So instead, the event quickly turned into an embarrassing public relation disaster for the British royal family. What should have been defined as uplifting occasion was overshadowed by loud protest, public frustration, and uncomfortable questions aimed directly at King Charles and Prince William. As members of the royal family arrived for the service, it became clear that the atmosphere outside the venue was far from welcoming. Protests for the anti-monarchy campaign group Republic had gathered in large numbers determined to make their voice heard. Holding bright yellow signs and chanting loudly, they made it possible to ignore the growing discontent toward the monarchy. The chant of "Not my king" echoed through the street, creating a stark contrast to the formal ceremony taking place inside. The timing of the protest made the situation even more damaging for the royal family. It came just a week after the arrest of Prince Andrew, an event that has once again dragged the monarchy into controversy and public scrutiny. Because for many critics of the royal institution, Andrew's ongoing scandal represent a deeper problem within the royal system. One they believe is protected by privilege and secrecy. That anger was clearly visible during the Commonwealth Day gathering. Among the chant directed at King Charles was particular pointed question, "Charles, what do you know?" It was a question that carried heavy implication and reflected the deep mistrust that some members of the public now feels toward the monarchy. So protests wanted answers, and they wanted accountability. For them, the royal family's silence on certain issues only fueled speculation and frustration. King Charles, who has spent much of his reign trying to present himself as a modern and reform-minded monarch, suddenly found himself facing a wave of public rejection. Instead of cheers and admiration, he was met with woos and chants challenging his legitimacy. The optics were undeniably damaging. A monarchy, who is supposed to represent unity and stability, instead appeared to be presiding over a deeply divided public mood. So Prince William, often portrayed as a future of the monarchy and figure who might resonate confidence in the institution, did not escape the backlash either. Many royal watchers have long suggested that William represents a new generation that could move the monarchy forward. However, the reaction at the Commonwealth Day service suggested that public patience may be wearing thin even with the heir to the throne. The bull erected at both Charles and William highlighted a growing frustration that has been building for years. Critics argue that the monarchy has struggled to adapt to the modern world and continue to operate within a system that many people see as outdated. Why? For those protesting outside the service, the royal family represents an institution that they believe should no longer hold power or privilege in democratic society. So the Republic campaign group has been gaining momentum in recent years, and the Commonwealth Day protests demonstrated just how organized and vocal their supporters have become. So their goal is clear: to challenge the legitimacy of the monarchy and push for democratic alternative. Events like this provide them with a powerful platform to spread their message, capture public attention. For the royal family, the situation was deeply uncomfortable. Commonwealth Day is supposed to highlight the monarchy connection to the wider world and its symbolic leadership across diverse nations. So instead, the process shifted the focus toward domestic criticism and questions about institutional future. The contrast between the polished ceremony inside and the angry chants outside could not have been more striking. Inside the service, speech emphasized unity, cooperation, and shared value among Commonwealth nations. Yet, outside, the protest painted a very different picture, one of frustration, skepticism, and growing call for change. The disconnect between those two realities made the event feel almost unreal. So the presence of Prince Andrew's recent arrest in the public conversation made matters even worse. Why? Although, Andrew himself was not the focus of the Commonwealth Day ceremony, but the shadow of these controversies continue to follow the royal family wherever they go, anywhere. For critics, the situation reinforced their belief that the monarchy struggled with accountability and transparency. Public relations experts have long warned that the royal family must carefully manage its image in an area where public opinion can shift rapidly. So moments like this Commonwealth Day protests are exactly the type of situation that can damage the monarchy's reputation. Image and video of protest, chanting and booing quickly spread online, reaching audience far beyond the street where the demonstration took place. And for King Charles, the challenge is particularly significant. As a relatively new monarch, he is still trying to define his reign and establishing public confidence in his leadership. Incidents like this raise difficult questions about whether he can successfully navigate the pressure facing the monarchy in the modern age. So Prince William faces a similar challenge as the future king, and much of monarchy's long-term survival is believed to depend on his ability to connect with the younger generation and rebuild trust. However, the reaction during Commonwealth Day service suggests that skepticism toward the royal institution may be deeper than many royal supporters previously assumed. So the optics of protest were undeniably powerful. Large science reading noteworthy. King served as a blunt rejection of monarchy authenticity and authority. So the chant demanding answer from Charles added another layer of discomfort, suggesting that many people no longer feel satisfied with the traditional silence and distance maintained by the royal family. For those watching around the world, the moment was striking. Commonwealth Day is meant to project stability, dignity, and international cooperation. Instead, the headline focused on protest and monarchy facing public resistance. It was not the message the royal household would have wanted to send. So the situation also highlights a broader debate that has been growing in the United Kingdom. While the monarchy still has many supporters, there is an increasingly vocal movement questioning whether the institution still fits with the modern democracy. The Republic campaign group and its supporters are determined to keep that conversation in the spotlight. Ultimately, what was supposed to be ceremonial celebration turned into a difficult and embarrassing moment for King Charles and Prince William. Rather than reinforcing the monarchy image of unity and tradition, the Commonwealth Day serves expose the tension and criticism that continue to surround the royal family. For the protest, the demonstration was a chance to send a clear message that their dissatisfaction is not going away. For monarchy, it was a stark reminder that maintaining public support is becoming an increasingly complicated challenge. And for the world watching, the event served as yet another sign that the British royal family is facing a growing wave of scrutiny and resistance that cannot easily be ignored. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share for more updates.